Maybe you're right. Even I can't counter Haruhi's idea. If it turns out that a cute transfer student is half Earthling and half alien, even I would think that's cool. If Taniguchi, who's currently sitting next to me and spying on Haruhi and me, is a detective from the future, it would be even cooler. If Asakura Ryoko, who for some reason keeps smiling at me, has any sort of supernatural power, then my school life would be as exciting as one can get. But none of it is possible. No aliens, time travelers, or supernatural powers exist in this world. Okay, let's say they do exist. They wouldn't just appear right in front of us humble citizens and say, "Hello, I am actually an alien."
That's why!
Haruhi stood up and knocked her chair down, causing everyone to turn and look at her.
That's why I'm working so hard!
Sorry I am late. The always optimistic Okabe-sensei, who is pretty out of breath, rushed into the classroom. When he saw the whole class was looking at Haruhi, who was standing with her fists clenched and her eyes fixed at the ceiling, he became just as surprised and just stood there. Homeroom is about to start. Haruhi sat down immediately and glared at the corner of her desk. Phew. I turned around. The whole class followed suit and turned their heads as well. Then Okabe-sensei, obviously disoriented by the commotion, wobbled to the stage and let out a soft cough. I apologize for being late. Let's begin. He repeats again, and the class finally reverts to normal, even though this is the sort of atmosphere that Haruhi hates the most. Maybe life is just like that, but to tell you the truth, deep inside my heart, I'm really envious of Haruhi's attitude towards life. She still has the aspiration that she'll meet someone from the supernatural world that I abandoned long ago, and she enthusiastically tries to achieve her dream. If sitting around waiting isn't going to achieve anything, let's call them ourselves. This is why Haruhi does things like drawing white lines on the school field, painting symbols on the school roof, and pasting cursed talismans everywhere. I don't know when Haruhi started to do weird stuff that made others mistake her as an occultist. Waiting achieves nothing, so why not perform some weird ceremonies to call them out? At the end of the day, however, nothing happened. Maybe that's why Haruhi has that "damn the whole world" look on her face.
Hey, Kyon.
After class, Taniguchi, with his mystified face, tried to corner me. Taniguchi, you look like a total moron with that expression of yours.
Shut up. I don't care what you say. Anyway, what kind of magical spell did you cast?
What magical spell? Highly advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. I remembered this proverb as I replied to Taniguchi. He then pointed his finger to Haruhi's now vacant seat.
This is the first time I've seen Suzumiya talk to a person for so long. What did you guys talk about?
What did we talk about? I think it was all pretty standard stuff.
Well, that's surprising.
Taniguchi sarcastically put on an awestruck expression. Then Kunikida popped up from behind Taniguchi.
Kyon has a history of liking strange girls.
Hey, don't say things that'll create a misunderstanding about me.
It doesn't matter if Kyon likes strange girls. What I can't understand is why Suzumiya would talk to you. I don't get it at all.
Maybe Kyon's as weird as her.
Probably. I mean, you can't expect someone with a nickname like Kyon to be normal.
Stop calling me Kyon. Rather than calling me by my stupid nickname, just use my real name. At the very least, I wanted to hear my sister call me Oni-chan.
I want to know, too.
The voice of a cheerful girl came out of nowhere. I lifted my head and, of course, saw Asakura Ryoko's smiling face.
I tried talking to Suzumiya-san a few times already, but nothing came of it. Could you teach me how I should talk to her?
I acted like I thought about this for a while. Actually, I didn't even think at all. I don't know. Upon hearing this, Asakura smiled.
I'm so relieved now. She can't go on being isolated from her classmates like that. So it's great that you've become her friend.
She cares for her like a class monitor because, well, she is the class monitor. She was elected as the class monitor in our last lengthy homeroom session. Friend, huh? I shook my head uncertainly. Is it really like that? But the only expression she gives me whenever I talk to her is a scowl.
You need to continue helping Suzumiya-san so that she can get along with the class. We're in the same class after all, so we're counting on you.
Even if you say that, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
If there's anything I need to tell Suzumiya-san, I could just ask you to pass the message to her.
No, wait, I am not her spokesman.
Please?
She sounded so sincere, putting her palms together. Faced with her request, I could only give a vague response like, Asakura took that as a yes and showed her tulip-like smile and then went back to the other girls. After seeing that the other girls were looking at me, my heart fell to the bottom of a canyon.
Hey, Kyon. We're friends, right?
What the hell is wrong with everyone? Even Kunikida, with his eyes closed and his arms crossed, nodded. Oh my god, why am I surrounded by a bunch of idiots? It seems that someone decided that everyone in class needed to change their seats monthly. Therefore, the class monitor, Asakura, wrote all the seat numbers onto little pieces of paper, placed them into a cookie tin, and let each of us draw from it. In the end, I got the seat in the second to last row next to the window that overlooks the courtyard. Guess who took the seat directly behind me? That's right, it's the ever-scowling Haruhi.
Why hasn't something interesting happened yet? Like little grade school kids disappearing one by one? Or some teachers getting murdered inside a locked classroom?
Don't say scary stuff like that.
I joined the mystery study group.
Oh? What happened?
It was so idiotic. Nothing interesting happened. Furthermore, all the club members are detective novel fans, but there isn't anyone there that resembles a detective.
Isn't that normal?
I actually had high hopes for the supernatural study group.
Really?
But they all turned out to be a bunch of occult maniacs. Does that sound fun to you?
Not really.
Oh man, this is too boring. Why doesn't this school have any decently interesting clubs?
Well, there's not much you can do about that.
I thought after I graduated to senior high I would encounter some kick-ass clubs. This is like trying to go into Major League and then you discover that the school you're attending doesn't even have a baseball team.
Haruhi looked as if she were some sort of banshee ready to go to 100 Buddhist monasteries to lay some curses. She stared at the sky with disdain and let out a huge sigh. Should I pity her? I don't know what sort of clubs she likes. Maybe even she doesn't know the answer. She just wants to do something interesting. What is something interesting? Does that involve solving a murder mystery? Searching for UFOs or exorcism? I think she has no idea either. I think it can't be helped that there aren't any. I decided to express my opinion. Judging from the results, humans are usually content with their current states. Those who aren't, however, will try to invent or discover something to advance civilization. Someone wanted to fly, so they invented airplanes. Someone wanted to travel easily, so automobiles and trains were made. But those things were created by people who possess special talents. Only a genius can convert those imaginings into reality. We ordinary mortals should just try to live our lives fully. We shouldn't act impulsively just because we feel adventurous.
Shut up.
Haruhi just cut off my rather excellent speech, or at least that's what I thought, and turned her head in the other direction. Looks like she's really moody right now. But then again, when isn't she? I'm used to it already. This girl probably doesn't care about anything, unless it involves supernatural powers that far surpass reality. The world doesn't have those, however. Nope, really. Long live the laws of physics. Thanks to you, we humans can live in peace, though Haruhi may cringe at this. I am normal, right? Something must have triggered it. Maybe it was the above conversation. Because I never saw it coming. The warm sun made everyone in class sleepy. Just as I was nodding my head and drifting off to sleep, a powerful force suddenly exerted itself on my collar and pulled me backwards. Because the force was so strong, my head hit the corner of the desk behind me. Tears instantly came out of my eyes. What the hell do you think you're doing? I turned my head around madly and saw Haruhi, one hand still grabbing my collar, smiling a big smile that was as bright as the tropical sun. Honestly, this is the first time I've seen her smile. If smiles can be measured in terms of temperature, then her smile was as hot as a tropical rainforest.
I got it!
Hey, don't spit on me!
Why didn't I think of this before?
Haruhi's eyes shone as brightly as the Alberio Alpha Star. She stared at me pointedly. Reluctantly, I asked, "What did you think up?"
If it doesn't exist, I can just create one myself!
Wait, create what?
A club!
My head suddenly hurt, and I don't think it had anything to do with it hitting the desk a second ago. Really, what an excellent idea. Can you please let go of me now?
What's with your attitude? You should be happier!
About your idea. I'll talk to you about it later. For now, I just want you to consider where we are. Then you can share your joy with me. But first, calm down, okay?
What do you mean?
Well, we're in the middle of class. Haruhi finally let go of my collar. I pressed the numbing back of my head and turned around slowly. I noticed that the whole class looked totally awestruck. The freshly graduated English teacher, with her chalk in hand, stared at me and looked as if she were ready to cry. I signaled to Haruhi to sit down quickly and shrugged towards the poor teacher. Please continue with the lesson. I heard Haruhi mumble about something and sit down unwillingly. The teacher then resumed her writing on the board. Create a new club? Don't tell me I'm already a member. My aching cerebrum just serves to enhance my feeling of unease.